Welcome to Freedom Queen Live. This is our weekly live show where you tap into absolute miracles. This Monday, we are streaming from our TikTok. We're also streaming from our YouTube channel. I wanted to open it up to our TikTok family as well. If you're on our TikTok community and you guys want to come over to the YouTube channel, it's Bridget James Ling. It's our YouTube channel. And let me get this out. Usually we have like tons of people on Freedom Queen Live every single Monday. Good morning, everybody. Today's Freedom Queen Live, I really want to talk with you about making it be the most incredible month of your life. In November, first of all, we hit $1 million in November for the year. And when I set out in 2024, and if you guys are on the TikTok channel, what's up, everybody? If you're on our YouTube channel, say hello in the comments below. I would love to know who's here in the chat. When I set the goal in January of 2023 to do $1 million, when I set that goal, I said, I'm just going to do it. And I don't need to know the perfect how. I don't need to know how all the offers are going to add up. I just knew that when I went into 2023, I said, I'm going to do $1 million this year cash. And I want to talk with you today on this Monday morning. Again, if you're new to Freedom Queen Live, we do this every single Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel here. And I want to talk with you today about asking for miracles and making them happen. Because last month in November, when I said, I'm going to do $100,000 week, I genuinely didn't even expect myself to know the how. I know the how, right? I know the sell the offer. I know how to create offers. I know sales psychology. I know marketing. I know how to talk. I know how to do all of the business things, right? I teach you how to build your $1 million movement. You also know the how. It's just like when someone says, I don't know how to lose weight. What do you mean you don't know how to lose weight? Eat well, move your body. The how is always the simple part. The how you can Google it online. Hey, everybody. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Chantel. Hi, Star. Hi, Rochelle. Good morning, everybody. 15 people. If you guys are live with me here, say hello in the comments. I would love to see you guys in the chat. But the point of that is when I said I'm going to do $100,000 in a week, it's not like I sat here and said, and then I'm going to sell this offer, and then I'm going to do this thing. I just said to myself, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to set my soul on fire, and I'm going to show up every day for the amazing dreams that I have. Hey, Crystal, I just saw you on our membership call. I love this. Hey, Taylor. Hi, Taylor. I just said that. Love the $1 million movement. Hi, Annie. And so where in your life are you really, really relying on, I need to know exactly, tell me the step-by-step thing, and it has to be perfectly calculated, and it's like, feels so heavy. And where can you tap more into truly setting your soul free? I really believe that in the month of December, that you are going to do something absolutely extraordinary. And it doesn't have to make sense to other people. And it doesn't have to be like someone else's business model. And it doesn't have to be like whatever their lifestyle is, but it gets to be extraordinary for you. And I don't just mean in an external way. I don't just mean like, you're getting all of the stuff that you want. You're getting the house, or you're getting the whatever, the gifts, the things that you want. I mean on the internal feeling way. I mean that when you wake up every single day, you feel alive. You feel like, oh my God, miracles are going to happen today. Because to me, that's more important than anything else in business. I always teach on this, the piece of freedom queen is freedom is not about external freedom. That's a byproduct of setting your soul on fire. Someone told me you should bring back the soul and set your soul on fire, mini mind. The external freedom is a byproduct of the internal freedom that you give yourself. The ability to be able to ask for miracles, the ability to be able to wake up every day and go, I love my life. Like even when stuff is hitting the fan, even when challenges are arising, there is a life where you can still wake up and go, I'm going to be bold. I'm going to be courageous. I'm going to set my soul on fire. I'm going to say like I want to say on social media. I'm going to be fully expressed. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I'm going to talk how I want to talk. I'm going to say things like buck wild. You're really, really fully expressed. Because the external things in your life are always going to change. And so this week particularly, I want you to start every single day waking up, and throughout the day when you're working on your business, when you're showing up for your family, when you're showing up for your life, I want you to tune into miracles in an energetic way. Not just asking for a miracle like, let me sign on XYZ clients in my membership program. Not like that. Tune into miracles in an energetic way of, I want to wake up today and I just like, when I go on social media, I want to feel alive. When I'm talking with clients, I want to have the most deep relationships and deep connection with them. When I make a piece of content, it feels like a piece of art. It feels incredible. Because when you lead with the internal miracles, when you lead with the feelings that you're having, all of the external things will happen. So whatever, last week, when we did $100,000 in sales in the week, I didn't lead with like, well, so-and-so is going to buy this and so-and-so is going to buy this. I just said, gosh dang it, I'm going to set my soul on fire this week. I'm going to have the time of my life. I'm going to be fully expressed. I'm going to be so bold. I'm going to be courageous. I'm going to be my weird, fun self. I'm going to be confident in who I am. And I'm going to do everything to create miracles in my life. And then as a byproduct of that, all of those things happen. Because the reality is the external freedom, everything that you want on the outside is going to change over time. You'll have different visions, you'll have different goals. But if in the inside, you actually feel like, wow, my life is amazing. I love who I am. Then it doesn't matter what action you're taking, you're always going to get that end result. So I want you to put it in the chat here. What is your vision for December? What do you want to create in the month of December? And it can be you want to make X amount of dollars. It can be you want to learn how to cook whatever it is that you want to cook. It can be you want to learn how to design fashion. It can be you want to fly a private jet. You guys were laughing at me on my Instagram stories last week. I made an Instagram story post and it said, your dream life can look like you baking organic banana bread, but it also can look like you flying a private jet. Whatever it is, I want you to put your vision for what you want to do in the month of December. And then I want you to think about, how does that feel? How does it feel in your body to have that vision that you desire? Kate and I just got off a private call. 9 clients signed, being my strongest, boldest self in front of others, one-to-one. And then every single day when you're waking up, this is what I've been teaching in our group program, Wealth Embodied. Every single day when you're waking up, you're like, I don't know how, but I'm going to do it. I don't need to know the way. I don't need to know what to post. I don't need to know all of these things. I'm just going to show up every single day, expect that thing to happen, and set my soul on fire. This is why I teach so much of staying connected, staying plugged into the energy. Because let's be honest, you know exactly what to do. And that's why it's so important to be, you guys plug in every single Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern to Freedom Queen Live. That's why it's so important to actually be in the energy. People talk about, I want to be in the energy. Absolutely. State is everything. I had 3 clients come to Costa Rica this weekend. And so much of what we talked about was state. If you're not in a state of I'm winning, of I'm the boldest, most courageous self, if I am the most expressed version of me, I'm the most confident version of me, first of all, it's probably not going to feel that good. And second of all, when you show up online, you're definitely not going to be someone who's super magnetic. Now, this is not to, obviously there are nuances. This is not to be confused with, you do not have to be high vibe all the time, but there is a life. And I talked about this on Saturday night when we did that live stream. How many of you were there? I said, when you are actually in the energy and you're showing up and you're being yourself, there is a reality where you wake up every single day and you go, I feel alive. So many people come to me and they're like, Bridge, how do you have this much energy? How are you so you're always going and growing and things are happening? I'm like, how do you not? This is your life. You get to wake up every single day and be like, I'm on fire. You're on fire. You love your life. You love what you're doing. You're expecting it to happen. And it will. On Saturday evening, I was crying with some of my clients here as we were reflecting on Sunday morning. We were anchoring in what we're going to be doing for the rest of this year and into 2024. And I was just crying because we live this incredible adventure called life. And to me, it is ridiculous not to wake up every single day and go, I'm going to create the life that I desire today. In both a feeling way, of a way that you want to feel every day, but then also an external way as well. We live in a reality where you get to wake up every day and decide who you want to be, decide what you want to create. And as I sat there with my clients and I was crying, reflecting, and writing, I thought back to the girl that said, one day I will live in Costa Rica, be in an amazing relationship, be my own boss, build $1 million business, and help other women do the same. And so when I see people get lost in the sauce and they're like, I don't believe it's that simple. I don't believe that I just have to believe. I don't believe that I just have to take action. I'm like, you've lost connection to your soul because you are an extremely powerful human being. Because when you're truly connected to your soul and who you are, this is where I get emotional when I think about this. You can do anything. And when I think about the girl that said she wants to be traveling the world, working for herself, being her own boss, the only thing that she did that was a common denominator and consistent every single step of the way was believe that it was possible, stay in this state of what if it works out? What if you do $100,000 week? What if you do $100,000 day? What if you build $1 million company? What if you have the time of your life? What if you're so fulfilled and you're on purpose? What if you meet the most amazing clients around the world? What if everyone buys your retreat? What if everyone buys your mastermind? What if you become an internet sensation? What if you build a multi-million-dollar movement? What if you could wake up every day and feel like, you know what? I love myself despite the challenges, despite the adversity. I actually love who I am. That's the secret. That's the missing piece. But so many people get lost in the sauce of like, but it has to be harder. But there has to be a secret way. There has to be something else that's going on. It's you. I said this to my mastermind clients. You are the sales page, especially since we all own online personal brands. You're the one leading a massive movement. And so my mission then when I'm working with you is how can we set your soul on fire every single day? How can you embody that vision that you have for your life even more? And then all we have to do is take your experiences, put it into incredible messaging and incredible content and words, and put it out on the internet. And people will buy. And so as you go into December, I want you to ask yourself every single day, how can I set my soul on fire even more today? How can you wake up and go, my life is good? How can you, when you're going through some crazy adversity in your business or in your personal life, go, you know what? This is going to serve me. This is going to make me stronger. This is going to fuel me. This is going to be the catalyst for XYZ. On Saturday night, I was out to dinner with some clients here in Costa Rica when they were visiting. And one of the clients reflected back to me. She's like, you know what, Bridge? One of the things that like, I know you did this online. She's been in our mastermind for a year now. She's like, I know you do it online because we talk about it in the mastermind. But she's like, I witnessed you embody this weekend. Whenever a challenge comes up, because we had something happen with we got these clothes handmade by an amazing designer. They weren't ready in time. She's like, but you just handled it like it's no big deal. Everything is working out for me. It's no problem. And I really believe that inside of business. Let's say this year hasn't been your best year yet. But that doesn't mean that December is going to be your worst month ever. What if that means that because earlier this year, you took time to refine and you took time to spend with family and you took time to go internally, that everything has, even getting chills right now, that everything has been compounding to work in your favor so that December is your biggest month ever. So that when you walk into the new year, you're like, I crushed it in December. Because then you're going to set up January for a new level of success. And then 2024 is going to be even bigger. Put a yes in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down here. That's the key mindset. I'll never forget when I was going into one of my first launches, big launches. I had intentionally planned for it. I mapped out all the content, all the messaging. I was so excited. I was doing $10,000 months. And I said, this is going to be a $20,000 month. And then everything went wrong. In my personal life, emotionally, Instagram took away all these features that I had previously had. And I could have sat there and I could have said, well, it's not going to work out. Well, this year hasn't been your best year ever in business. Well, can't go live on social media. Well, no one's going to buy. And I said, no, I truly believe that whatever it is that you're going through, what I was going through in that moment was a catalyst, was actually the thing that was going to propel me forward. It's the thing that's going to make December your best month ever in business. It's the thing that's going to make when you go into 2024 absolutely extraordinary. And despite the adversity, the doubt that I was feeling during that launch, the personal things I was going through, the business things, Instagram taking away my ability to get visible, I said, I am more powerful than any of these external circumstances. You are more powerful than the platform, than the government, than than anybody. And you tap into that power and you go, I am Chantel King, Catherine, Kate, Carolina, Rochelle, Samantha, Taylor, Crystal. You're more powerful than that. And we ended up doing that launch 22,500. This was like a couple years ago. There is a reality where everything is working out for you, where crazy miracles are happening that don't make sense, where despite the adversity, you still come out on top. And I believe that the adversity is there to make you stronger. And that's why we don't see everybody get to their mountain peak, because of one flood happens and they're like, well, must not be my year. No, that is the reason it's your year. Well, one client backs out or defaults, or somebody doesn't like you on social media, or they take your post out of context and you're all heard about it, and whatever happens, and you're like, well, guess that should slow me down. No, that is the thing that should make you go, oh, I see what's happening here. I'm supposed to keep going. Because had I said, you know what, maybe it's not a good time for a launch. Well, Instagram took away my Instagram live, so I guess I can't go over there. If I had leaned into all of the adversity, I would not be here today. Last Sunday, we had $1 million cash for the year, $100,000 week. I would not be here. And I just like feel it in my heart and my soul. And I know that some of you listening to this right now, maybe you've kind of gotten to December and you're like, maybe it's not my year. I literally do not care what other people are saying. If they're like, just chill out for the rest of the year. No. Those are two different conversations. You get to end December on fire and having time of your life with your family and taking time off and resting and going buck wild and doing everything that you want to be doing and make it out of this world. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You can have both at the same time, but it requires you to really like epically tap into miracles, tap into your power. This post is going to be amazing. People love buying from me. They love buying your highest ticket offers. What if this is the best month ever? Despite all of the things that have happened this year. Put a yes in the chat if you needed to hear this. We also have it live on our TikTok here, on our YouTube channel. Put a yes in the chat if you needed to hear this today. If maybe somewhere along the line you've tapped out this year and you're like, well, it's not my best year yet. Don't you dare allow yourself to get into that energy. And if you do, shift out of it. Like you get to be we're inside of the Freedom Queen. Sometimes I use the crazy rocket ship. Sometimes I'm talking about us like in our massive boat sailing the seas, just like, oh my God, this is the best adventure of my life. I'm going to make it so much fun, despite all of the crazy things that happen. Freedom Queen. I see everybody in the chat. Yes. No doubts. Yes. Yes, we got people on our TikTok channel. Yes. Hey, Sandra. I really believe that December could be your best month ever in all areas of your life, financially, in an energetic way, relationship-wise, if you start expecting that to happen. And you get in that frequency, you get in that energy of like, you know what? Yeah, it is going to be my best month ever. And it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. All of those things are actually the catalyst for what you're going to be doing. And you stay in that energy every single day. Can you do that for the next 7 days? And then when we meet again next Monday on Freedom Queen Live, you meet me back here and you're like, I did it. I showed up for myself. I'm going to give you a mantra that I used this year that really, really helped me before we close up Freedom Queen Live today. And it's this: You owe it to yourself to be all in. You owe it to yourself to be all in. And that looks different for everyone. Maybe you've been all in, but you need to go all in. And I know you know what I'm talking about because you're like, I'm in it, but I want to go all in even more. Only entrepreneurs get this. I'm in, but I need to go in even more. I'm all in, but I'm going to go I'm in going next level, but I need to go next level even more. And I would say this to myself, you owe it to yourself to be all in. You've gotten this far. You're going to let yourself say, oh, good enough. Or are you going to say, what I've done is amazing and I'm going to go even more. I'm just going to see what happens. I'm going to be open for miracles and magical things to happen to me. I'm open for extraordinary things to happen in my life. Because this is our life. And it is ridiculous not to wake up every day and go, how can I make this day the most epic day of my life? Freedom Queen, I have something very exciting to share with you before we wrap up. Tomorrow, we are doing day 1 of the Freedom Queen Challenge. It's going to be a 3-day event. About 100 of you are already inside of the event, which just blows my mind because I haven't even talked about it on social media really. And it's going to be 3 days. And over the course of those 3 days, I'm going to be sharing with you the behind the scenes of building $1 million movement. 3 days on Zoom with me. It's totally free. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to drop you the link. Let me pull it up. I'm going to drop you the link to sign up. It starts tomorrow. It's totally free. There you go. 3 days in Zoom with me, going over the methodology that I've used to build $1 million movement this year. Not $1 million in like a couple of years, not $1 million in revenue, like $1 million cash from January to end of November, $1 million cash. If you can't come live with me, you can come watch the replays. We'll be sending them out and we'll be breaking down the methodology that I've used. Not only the strategy that I've used, the messaging that I've used, but also the energetics and the mindset of who I'm being. Okay, Freedom Queen, I will see you tomorrow inside of our free challenge. If you haven't signed up, make sure that you sign up for that. Otherwise, I will see you next Monday at Freedom Queen Live, 11 a.m. Eastern. We do it about 30 minutes every single Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern. And I sometimes bring on strategy. Sometimes I do like today where I just riff with you about energetics. Sometimes I tell stories about my life and things that are going on. Sometimes we do Q&As in the chat where you guys get to ask questions. I'll answer them. And sometimes we just come on these lives and we just plug in. Because again, I know how important state is. When you're in the state of I'm winning, of anything is possible, it happens for you. Freedom Queen, I love you so much. I will see you tomorrow inside of our Freedom Queen 3-day challenge. And go ask for incredible miracles this week and start expecting it to happen. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye. I'll see you tomorrow.